Just wanted to show you there's a useful toolbar for looking at things in 3D. And you go up to Window, Toolbars, and go into 3D Visualization, this palette will pop up. And there's a couple of things in here I'd like to show you that may be useful. This first one here has to do with our perspective settings, since we're in perspective. And most of these have to do with the direction the camera is pointing at. Notice there's some numbers in here. If we kind of rotate on around, those numbers are going to change. The view cone is typically set around 60 degrees. If we make that a wider view cone, we get more of a fisheye lens effect. Also kind of roll up on our house here. Maybe we can really exaggerate that. Let's change the view cone to say be 120 degrees. And you can see our house is becoming more and more skewed off into perspective here. So a typical setting for that's going to be around 60 degrees. Zoom back here. Notice our sun, as you can see, is kind of more in this direction here. We have more shading over here. You can actually see where the sun is. You can kind of click and drag the sun over to this side maybe. And you can see now the sun is on this side of the house. So we'll return that back. Now the other two are roll angle, sun azimuth. There's also more sun inside of here. And you can talk about the color of the sun and how bright it is and different things like that if we want fog. We'll talk about this later. We can actually set a date and a time on the planet Earth, and ArchiCAD will set the sun position according to these settings down here. One more, let's see, a couple more things. This guy right here is going to be look to perpendicular. This is useful in that if we wanted to be looking directly down into this house, we can quickly do that by clicking on this guy and just clicking on a surface, say the top of this wall here, and it automatically puts us directly on top of that wall. This is particularly useful if you're in an axonometric view. Let's go into axonometric and we'll use that look to perpendicular, and I'll click the top of that wall and you can see since we're directly perpendicular to all these surfaces now, the slab and the tops of all these walls here. And by the way, these controls over here are axonometric and perspective here. A couple other quick toggles are the wireframe and going back into shaded. There's also a filter in here, right here, where we could say be only looking at, say, slabs or something. We can say I only want to see slabs. Click OK, and now we can only see slabs. This may be very useful if you have a complex project. And in the next video, I think we'll talk about cameras in the next video, or just simple cameras.